Now that you've decided to buy some fish, should you quarantine them? If so, how long? Well, this is my method to cut your quarantine time in half or even a third. It's done safely, and you don't even need an aquarium to do it. Let's go through the exciting journey of getting some new fish. First, let's make sure that we're all set up, that being with quarantine tanks and, well, maybe even some medicine in there, especially if you're going to put them into existing tanks. You don't want to kill off what you have for fish. I want to do a special thanks out to Scott from Raising Fishes, who sent me this awesome t-shirt saying, driving my wife crazy, one tank at a time. That's so me. My wife loves this shirt. It says a lot about me. And Scott, obviously. Thanks again, buddy. And let's get going and buy some fish. What do you think? I am all set to get some new fish. Quarantine tanks all set up, or little holding tanks. I do have methylene blue in there, simply because I don't want them in here any more than 5-6 days. Got two set up, little sponge filters. I moved aquarium water in, plus an old sponge from a different aquarium. So I'm definitely set and ready for new fish. So let's go get some fish. I made the mistake of not being set up before. So when I went back to Aquahouse to get these albino reds, they're only females. So I didn't get any. But I really went there for these guys here. That being my Denison barbs that I truly love. And at this price, how can you go wrong? $8.99, buy 5, get 1 free. So I went off to my next favorite spot being Kowloon or Aquapets. These guys have an amazing selection of live bears. I was looking at the swords, both the Sankey and the Kohaku. The Sankey, I wasn't in love with the males there, and the Kohaku, well, they were a bit too nippy, but I did see these beautiful, active rummy nose. I mean, these are just a beautiful schooling fish. I couldn't resist myself. Speaking of trying to resist, these snakeskin barbs were calling my name, but I am just not set up for these, so I had to pass on them. This store has everything. I know I've showed this before, but it's just got so much. I bought lots and lots of plants here last time. It's got every kind of fish you could think of, but it's got one of the biggest and best live bear sections I've ever seen in a store. I really had some tough decisions. I ended up not getting any swords. I just didn't feel right about any of them. But I did end up with some really nice live bears that I'm gonna show you. As I told you before, I always carry a cooler around just to make sure. You get warm days or cold days. You want to ensure that your fish are going to be okay. Especially these beautiful, beautiful Harlequin raspberry. You can never say that, raspberry. And I got these great little Mickey Mouse platies. Grandkids are going to love these. I got 7 really nice, good size rummy nose. They're going to go great in one of my aquariums. And then I got these beautiful trio of high fin platies. I'm not going to tell you the price on this. I paid a lot of money. I'm hoping to breed them. Only time will tell. As far as having them ready, I drip acclimated, even though I put them in the bags inside the water. I still drip acclimate them just to get them accustomed to my water and my water parameters. As far as Denison barbs, I always drip acclimate. It's really important because these do not travel well. And I've lost fish of these before, years and years ago when I tried them. I wasn't going through that again. In my fish room, I heat the room itself, not the aquariums. So none of my quarantine would have heaters in them. This is one of the other reasons I'd like to already have it set up, and I like to do shorter quarantines if possible. It's important to already have the preset ethylene blue and it's activated already and ready for your fish. The plan is that I'm only going to quarantine these guys for 3 to 5 days. That's going to cut my time from 2 weeks to those 5 days. And once you're ready, you can drip acclimate them uh, back into the bucket and get them ready to go into your tank. Man, I can't wait to get these guys in there. That's another reason I'm not good at waiting. So the waiting 2 to 3 weeks when I can get them in 3 to 5 days works so much better for me. And I think it works better for the fish too. Because set up in a small tank like this is relatively stressful for them. And you can ensure the water quality. Remember, I always ask the key questions when you're buying your fish. How long have they been here? Where did they come from? If it's a reputable spot, they're going to answer those questions. Also ask them about their water parameters. See if they match yours. When I originally bought these fish and put them in the quarantine tank, I did drip acclimate them. It just lets them get accustomed to your water and the temperature. Now they're already accustomed now to your water parameters. So I'm going to, instead of floating them, I'm going to do a quick drip acclimate right from the tank they're going to. So I'm going to put them in there, and once the temperature is about the same, I'm going to just net them and plop them in. In just a few minutes, the water temperatures will match. It's going to take maybe 5 to 7 minutes. It won't take long. You're not floating them for 20 minutes or anything. You just want them to be relatively close, and then you can net them out and plunk them in. Those hyphen platies are going to look great in here. I got a trio, and I can't wait for them to breed. The rummy nose are a little bit washed out, but they're going to do just fine in this tank. They're fast-moving fish. This is what this tank really needed, was a nice schooling fish, and these rummy nose are going to do that. I can't wait till the color comes back, and it won't be long. This is a safe way I add my fish to my tanks. And you know how much I love this tank. I just added 6 new Denison barbs to this tank using this method. Now be sure, always with Denison barbs, you drip, acclimate. But, you know, a deal of 5 Denison barbs at $8.99 and then you get the 6th free. I was not turning that down. Scott told me, definitely don't turn that down. In fact, buy 10, but I didn't have room for 10. I'm going to use the exact same method for these guys before they go into this tank. Because this tank needs something other than crebenzas. This is about an hour later. The rummy nose have already got their colors back. They're swimming in a school, and these hyphen platies are just looking excellent. Now I wish I bought a few more. I did get 7. Kind of wish I got about a dozen now. And maybe a couple of those platinum. Oh well, maybe next trip. And the Rasbora, they're looking great in there. Those harlequins are beautiful. I believe my method to be quick and safe, but you have to do what's comfortable for you. And what works for me may not work for you, but I've used this method for some time now, and I've had no problems with it whatsoever. Well, this is the same day that I released those fish. Those rummy nose, look, they colored right up. Same with the rasboras. And those high fin platies, wow, they're going to be great in there. Now, I did get 3 Mickey Mouse platies, just, well, to keep the grandkids happy. And well, add a little color to that credenza tank. One last look at these fish. Man, did they color up nicely. And they're fitting in so well in this 90-gallon tank. It really needed something. Well, that's my method for adding fish relatively quick and safely. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, think about subscribing, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.